With 2023 soon coming to an end, I thought it was a great time to look back at the past year in the Pokemon TCG and review all of the main Scarlet and Violet era sets. We'll dive into this new era of Pokemon and see how the first year holds up, but hopefully it is as good as my New Year's resolution, which is purely to continue to create content for you to enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Less Than Gauche video. Sorry that I have been away for a little while. I was under the weather, but I am back ready to create more content, both gaming and of course Pokemon openings. And today I am back to have us look at the past year and all of the different Scarlet and Violet sets that have occurred during the year. This is just going to be a review of the main sets, so we're not going to be seeing or opening Crown Zenith or 151, which are two of my favorite sets. They're both S tier, they're amazing. We've opened up a bunch of them, so we'll leave those for past and future videos. Today we're going to look at Scarlet and Violet base set, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, and Paradox Rift. We're going to look over each set, review them all, grade them, and open up some packs. So let's just dive right in and start off with the first set that came out, Scarlet and Violet base. So after Crown Zenith dropped in early January 2023, the first Scarlet and Violet set that we had was the base set. There was a lot of hype surrounding it as it was the first in the new era of Pokemon that included special illustration rares as well as gray borders, which for the first time ever we moved away in the English sets of having the yellow borders. As always, usually base sets are a little underwhelming. I felt that there was no difference here. I'm going to kind of grade it just in terms of the base set in and of itself. I think if you were to kind of compare it to other base sets, it's definitely better because others don't have things like the special illustration rares. So if you were to compare it to others, I'd probably put it in kind of a C tier. But to compare it to just the Scarlet and Violet sets, I would probably put it all the way at the bottom as a D. There really isn't anything here, as you can see, and these prices went really far down since the last time I looked. I mean, the Miriam Special Illustration Rare, when this first came out, was going upwards of over $100 for the card, and now it's under $25. So if there's any of these cards that you like, now's a great time to pick up singles because they are dirt cheap. But myself not being a huge Full Art Trainer fan, the chase card being one of those doesn't do anything for me. The Miraidon Special Illustration Rare is pretty cool. That one's hair under 20. Koraidon is cool. The gold cards. Gardevoir is actually holding strong as the third most valuable card. That whole line, actually, including Ralts and Kirlia, are kind of more of the sought-after ones. But, I mean, just the art in and of itself, it isn't great. Again, you do have special illustration rares, which are fantastic. You do have the Terraform Pokemon, both the Gyarados and Arcanine. But again, nothing special in this set. But again, that's kind of the way it goes with any base set. They tend to focus on the new legendary Pokemon and kind of give us a good introduction into the new era. So, yeah, I would put this as D tier. I think it's the worst of all four. But hey, let's see if we can get any of these cards and open up some packs. Okay, so for each of these sets, we have 4 blister packs to open up. So we'll start again with Scarlet and Violet. Here come the packs. All right, so here we go. 4 packs of Scarlet and Violet base, which again, I rated as D tier. Maybe hoping for the Miraidon illustration rare, special illustration rare, but again, there's nothing too crazy out of this set that I'm really excited to pull. So the Miriam, I mean, we'll take it. Again, not my favorite, but not going to scoff at it. Hey, Mobostiff illustration rare, that's actually a pretty cool one. Hey, it's nice to get a hit like that regardless of the set. And a Quackable. So they did also have quite a few of the starters, but they weren't as highlighted as they were in Paldea Evolved, which we will see in the next set. They were kind of like, not an afterthought, but put the Mubasta on there. But they're definitely much more kind of the star of Paldea Evolved, which is cool, and that's a fun set. A Katie of full art. Look at that. All right, well, the hits so far in Scarlet and Violet base is not too bad. Let's actually sleeve both of these up. Starting off strong. It might be my lowest ranked of the 4 sets, but could they have the best pulls? We'll see. 2 more packs and we'll be moving on. So you have to let me know how you thought of the brand new era of Pokemon with Scarlet and Violet. Did you like the TCG? Did you like the games? The DLCs just came out recently, and I've heard that they have been well received. An Arven illustration rare too. Look at that. Scarlet and Violet coming out strong. Very cool. But yeah, the DLCs are something that I'm thinking I might get back into. A lot of people are saying that they're enjoying it. It looks like you can actually play as your Pokemon too. I don't know how accurate that is, but it definitely looks cool from what I've seen. But again, as with just like a base set being underwhelming, usually the first year of a new era is a little underwhelming as well. I think in year 2 and in year 3 is where you'll really see things kind of ramp up. Hawlucha and a Cyclizar. So nothing there, but we did get 3 pretty good hits to start off with Arven, Katie, and Mabosstiff. Very cool. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have Paldea Evolved. This was the second Scarlet and Violet set to drop, and initially I didn't really think too much of it. It wasn't one that I opened too much of, and yeah, didn't really give it a second thought. But after thinking about it and going back to it, I actually think it is a very solid set. So Paldea Evolved, I would actually put in B tier. I think there are some fantastic cards and some fantastic artwork. Again, the main chase in this set is a full art trainer or trainer special illustration rare. This one being Iono. I know she is very popular. Doesn't do anything for me. But what I think is really interesting is that there is a Magikarp special illustration rare, which is the second most valuable, and actually a pull that I have got. So I do have the Magikarp, which is cool. But aside from that, there's just some great cards. The Tyranitar special illustration rare. The Squawkabilly, I think, is fantastic, and not a Pokemon that normally I would really care about. But on top of that, Raichu, Tinkaton, and then again, this one really features the first partner Pokemon with Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly. So you get the full evolution line of special illustration rares with them. Yeah, this is just a really solid, good set, and I think one that I will be revisiting a little more in the future. So I'm, happy to say that this is a very solid B tier set, and looking forward to ripping some packs. All right, we're not going to waste any time here. We got the cards out of the blisters already, and let's go into, which I'm going to consider my favorite Scarlet and Violet set, Paldea Evolved, which, like I said, wasn't the case when I first opened it. Wasn't something I was super interested in. I was still kind of waiting for some of the originals to come back. As you can tell from my love of 151, I'm more of a Gen 1er than anything else. But let's see if we got anything here. Not to start. So I think I was more looking at the Pokemon itself versus the art and the style that the set had. So, again, after kind of a second review, thankfully, able to admit when I'm wrong, which I like to think that isn't too often, but probably more than I'd like to admit. And another swing and a miss with Paldea Evolved. So we only have 2 more packs to see if we can get something. At this point, it's hopefully going to have to be quality over quantity versus Scarlet and Violet base. But yeah, I would really, out of this set, that Tyranitar would be by far the card I would love to get the most. The Magikarp was it. I hit it, and I'm happy. But it looks like, so far, we are swinging and a missing on Paldea Evolved. So could it be that the set that I'm going to rate the lowest will have the best hits? And yes, in a way, I am kind of spoiling. There will be no set that I rank lower than Scarlet and Violet base. But can we go out strong with Paldea Evolved? It doesn't seem like it. A swing and a miss with Paldea Evolved. My highest ranking set, but the lowest of pulls. Let's move on. Next up, we have Obsidian Flames. Now, this is an interesting one, because when it was first announced, it was a set that I was very excited for. I was hyped to finally get our big chase of a Charizard in a set, and there looked to be some really cool ones. I thought that the special illustration rare was pretty sweet. I also do love, I like full art Pokemon cards and the gold cards. Like, I thought this was going to be a sweet set. It was one that I actually had all set to master set. The first few videos I've done on this channel were openings of Obsidian Flames, booster boxes. I wanted to master set it. I quickly learned that, as I kind of alluded to earlier, I was wrong. I guess it's more often than I would like to admit, but it's not a good set. I think one of the things that really holds it back is it's such a tiny set. It's a small one, so you get so many duplicates. I opened up about 3 booster boxes, and I didn't get much variety at all. And that's the worst. When you're opening up a lot of packs, and you, even if you're not getting the hits you want, but if you're not even getting different cards, it's tough. I was lucky enough to eventually get the special illustration rare of Charizard, but not much else. So I would actually put this as a C in C tier. I wouldn't put it as bad as Scarlet and Violet base, but it's definitely not a strong set at all. It is C tier. There are still some cool cards, though. I do love the Pidgeot line of the special illustration rare. The Ninetales is a beautiful card. The Cleffa, the Scizor. I mean, there are some cool cards. Like, I'm looking through them now. Tyranitar, Terra. But again, there's just not enough variety. And looking at the prices here, I mean, even to see the Charizard only at 54 at this point. Yeah, it tanked. A lot of people hated this set. I don't think that, as much as Pokemon wants, Charizard can carry everything all the time. You know, you can't just shove it down everyone's throats and be like, you're going to love it because that's Charizard. But we'll see. Again, Obsidian Flames, I will put as a strong C. It's not the worst, but it's not that great either. Well, let's see if we can get some pulls. All right, and we have Obsidian Flames, the third Scarlet and Violet set that dropped this year. And again, it was kind of a letdown. Again, I think there was some initial strong hype that many of us fell for, including myself, with the acknowledgement of so many Charizards. But yeah, again, it's a small set. And hey, a Cleffa EX, there's something. At least we're back on the board. Like I said, there's just not a lot of variety. Again, you need to get kind of a good balance. And it's tough. I will say it's a tough thing to do, where you don't want a set to be too large, where there's zero chance for you to master set it or see every card. But again, if it's a little too small, like something like Celebrations, after a while, even that got a little old because, you know, you were just seeing the same cards over and over and over again. I didn't even realize there was we were at the end there. So, yeah, again, even Obsidian Flames, this was a set, like I was mentioning, I wanted to master set, and I left it out of the Mastering the Set series because I really didn't feel the need to open up anymore. I'm sure I will here or there, but it just isn't one that it's going to stand the test of time, I think. I think it's going to be themed kind of similar in the veins of Darkness Ablaze. I think that when Darkness Ablaze first came out, I think there was a lot of hype around that because of the Charizard VMAX. But over time, you could easily tell that that was a really bad set. One thing I will say for all Scarlet and Violet era sets, at least they're better than the early Sword and Shield. At least we have special illustration rares, which is a huge, huge deal. And we have another swing and a miss. We did get a Clothy X, but Scarlet and Violet still in the lead. Let's move on to the last set, Paradox Rift. And here we have the last Scarlet and Violet era set to come out in 2023, Paradox Rift. It included a new type of mechanic, Ancient and Future Pokemon. It's something, as someone who doesn't play the game and is solely a collector, didn't really do anything for me. The newer Pokemon, the Ancient and Future ones, they're okay. I like the Future ones versus the Ancient, as I did play Violet, which included them. But the Pokemon in this set, I just don't really care for, to be completely honest. I would put it in a C tier as well. I had done a video asking if this is the worst set. I don't think it's worse than Scarlet and Violet base, although after the pulls I might want to change my mind. But I don't know, it's not great. I mean, Iron Valiant is cool, Roaring Moon. The price on the Roaring Moon is actually holding pretty strong at $80. Goldengo, okay, I don't know. I'm just not loving these top tier cards. Garchomp's pretty cool. Groudon, Altaria, those are pretty nice. The Tapu Koko, actually, this special illustration rare, I love that art style, so that's really cool. The Golisopod, so it's not bad. It's not awful. I don't think it's the worst set, but I don't think it's great. I think it is, I don't know. I think it's a coin flip between this and Obsidian Flames. Do you like Charizard as a chase, or are you sick of Charizard and you want something different? I think they both fall in C tier. I don't think this is a great set. We'll see how the polls go, though. Here is the last set of the year, Paradox Rift. It'll be interesting to see where we go from here in 2024. We do have Paldean Fates coming up, which I'm super excited for, but we still haven't heard anything about the next main set, so that'll be interesting. What'll also be interesting is this will be the first time that I'm opening Paradox Rift since the pre-release kits when it first came out, so let's see what we get. I really haven't opened much at all, and it doesn't seem like much will change in terms of the hits. It'll be interesting. It really looks like Scarlet and Violet might pick up the win in this battle here. But yeah, this might even be the last, unless there's like packs in like bundles. I don't see myself opening up this. I do, even though Charizard is played out, I would prefer that as a chase over anything in this set. I do kind of like that dual color. I think I even said that in the opening a couple of months ago, but yeah, definitely looking forward to Paldean Fates. That's going to be fun. Shiny Pokemon, those are always a good time. We opened up Shining Fates recently, and yeah, the hits aren't like major, but it's fun. I don't know. You enjoy opening it. And I think sometimes that gets lost in this hobby. You're just looking for the highest value hit or the big time pull, and not just enjoying what you get. And in a way, I think that's what we're all kind of searching for in some way, is that nostalgia from when we were opening up packs back in the good old days. Script chat, yeah, I do like that kind of art style of the Ancient and Future, though. That is pretty cool. I like that. And another swing and a miss. Man, we really struck out today with the polls, but that's all right. That is a wrap for Scarlet and Violet. There you have it, folks. That is a complete review of the 2023 Scarlet and Violet main set releases. Hope you enjoyed it. We had Scarlet and Violet base winning the pack opening battle, but coming in as the worst reviewed set at D tier. We had Obsidian Flames and Paradox Rift coming up at C tier, and Paldea Evolve B tier. Great set. You can actually find a lot of great value, great prices on those products. If you take a look, I've seen ETBs go as low as $30 to $35. So if that's a set you're interested in, keep an eye out for that. I want to thank everyone again for sticking with me After being out for a little while, I am back on the mend. I'm excited to create more content, do more openings with you. Might be off for a little while with the holidays coming up, so I hope you have an amazing one, you and your family. We will be doing a lot more openings coming up, including Paldean Fates when it drops. So if you do like this content, please be sure to give a like by hitting that thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. I love hearing from you, and I do try to respond to everyone. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great holiday, everyone, and we will see you later.